Rising alone forces you to discover who you really are when no one is watching and no one is cheering. When support disappears, excuses disappear too. You learn how to stand on your own discipline instead of leaning on motivation. You begin to trust your own decisions, your own vision, and your own work ethic. Strength built alone is different because it isn't borrowed, it's earned. Every step forward comes from effort, not approval. You realize that real confidence doesn't come from people believing in you. It comes from proving to yourself that you can keep going even when it's hard. When you rise alone, you stop needing validation to move forward. You understand that growth is a lonely road before it becomes a powerful one. This kind of strength stays with you because it was forged in silence, pressure, and persistence. No one can take it away because no one gave it to you. Being alone often feels uncomfortable, but discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. Solitude strips life down to its essentials and removes distractions that keep you from seeing clearly. In quiet moments, you confront your fears, your habits, and your weaknesses without anyone else to hide behind. This is where focus is built and purpose becomes sharper. Solitude teaches patience, discipline, and emotional control. You learn to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. What feels like isolation is actually preparation for responsibility, leadership, and strength. When you are alone, you build a relationship with yourself, and that relationship becomes the foundation for everything else in your life. Solitude prepares you to carry more weight, make stronger decisions, and handle pressure without breaking. Life isn't pushing you away, it's pulling distractions away so you can become who you're meant to be. The hardest battles are the ones fought in silence. Rising alone means dealing with doubt, fear, and exhaustion without an audience. It's waking up when quitting feels easier. It's staying committed when progress feels invisible. No one sees the late nights, the sacrifices, or the moments when you question everything. But those silent battles shape your character more than public victories ever could. They teach resilience, self-belief, and mental toughness. Every time you choose to continue instead of quit, you strengthen your inner foundation. You stop expecting recognition because you know your growth is happening even when no one notices. Silent battles prepare you for louder victories. When success finally arrives, you carry yourself differently because you remember what it took to get there. You don't break under pressure because you were trained by struggle when no one was watching. Rising alone teaches you independence, and independence sharpens your mind. When you stop relying on others for direction, you start listening to your inner voice. You become more intentional with your time, your energy, and your choices. Independence removes confusion and replaces it with clarity. You stop chasing trends and start building purpose. You stop explaining your dreams to people who don't understand your vision. You move quietly but confidently because your path is clear. Independence also builds power because it strengthens your decision-making. You learn to trust yourself under pressure and stand firm when tested. When you rise alone, your confidence isn't loud, but it's solid. You don't need approval to feel worthy. You know who you are, where you're going, and what you're willing to sacrifice to get there. Those who rise alone develop leadership from the inside out. They learn responsibility before authority and discipline before influence. When you carry yourself through struggle without support, you gain empathy, patience, and wisdom. You understand effort because you lived it. You respect the process because you walked it alone. This kind of rise creates leaders who don't seek validation and don't crumble under pressure. They lead with example, not ego. They stay grounded in success because they remember the silence that shaped them. Rising alone teaches humility and strength at the same time. When others follow you, it's not because of your title, it's because of your character. Leaders who rise alone don't forget their roots, and they never take shortcuts because they know real power is built when no one is there to help you carry the load. Rising alone is not a weakness, it is a transformation. It is the season where you learn to stand without leaning, to move without approval, and to believe without evidence. When you rise alone, you discover a strength that can't be shaken by opinions or broken by setbacks. You become disciplined when motivation fades, focused when distractions surround you, and resilient when pressure increases. The path you walked in silence becomes the foundation you stand on in success. Every lonely night taught you patience. Every unseen battle sharpened your character. Every step taken without support built confidence that doesn't need validation. Rising alone prepares you to carry more, lead stronger, and remain grounded no matter how high you go. And when life tests you again, because it will. You won't fear the quiet. You've already learned how to rise in it.